وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. We continue tonight inshallah ta'ala in reciting a hadith from the Kitab الشمائل المحمدية الإمام الترمذي رضي الله عنه ورحمه الله. And the chapter that I'm going to recite from tonight قال باب كيف كان كلام رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. How was the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام used to speak? If I remember which one I chose to read from this, it will be great. نعم. فقال in this hadith الإمام أبو داود as well. قال حدثنا حميد بن مسعدة البصري قال حدثنا حميد بن الأسود عن أسامة بن زيد عن الزهري عن عروة عن عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت. So Aisha رضي الله عنها describes for us how she saw the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام speak. فقالت ما كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يسرد سردكم هذا ولكنه كان يتكلم بكلام بين فصل يحفظه من جلس إليه. So her description of the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام's speech is that he would not, she said ما كان يسرد كسردكم هذا. He didn't speak quickly. He didn't speak quickly and abundantly. Like he didn't just go on and on like all of you do, like I do for example. So he didn't do that عليه الصلاة والسلام. That wasn't his style, it wasn't how he spoke. But when he spoke, قالت ولكنه كان يتكلم. When he spoke with words that were very clear. بكلام بين, very clear. فصل, where it answered questions. It did not make you more confused. You didn't listen to him speak and then walk away more confused than you were before you met him عليه الصلاة والسلام. No, you came and listened to him. He was clear and he answered questions. He made things very clear. Like he offered solutions and you had answers after you heard him talk. يحفظه من جلس إليه. And he spoke with a number of words that the person who sat to him to listen would memorize them. Like you could memorize his words عليه الصلاة والسلام. So you could actually have a quote from him عليه الصلاة والسلام. So basically the opposite of everything that I do here. But that's okay. That's all right. We try our best. فعليه الصلاة والسلام, that was his, that was the way he spoke. And I think this hadith, the second hadith that I chose is just not in this version of the book, of this طبعة, which is why I'm disappointed. So I'll read it from a different one. فقال حدثنا أبو عمار الحسين بن حريث قال حدثنا وكيع قال حدثنا الأعمش عن المعرور ابن سويد عن أبي ذر قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم إني لأعلم أول رجل. And this this hadith is in a different, that's why it's not though. So that was hadith from how he spoke عليه الصلاة والسلام. The second hadith was from a different chapter قال باب ما جاء في ضحك رسول الله عليه الصلاة والسلام. So we're talking about the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام's laughter. I talked about his joking yesterday. I'm talking about his laughter today. فقال أبو ذر قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إني لأعلم أول رجل يدخل الجنة وآخر رجل يخرج من النار. He said, indeed I know the first person that will enter Jannah and the last person to leave Jahannam والعياذ بالله. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all. يؤتى بالرجل يوم القيامة فيقال اعرضوا عليه صغار ذنوبه ويخبأ عنه كبارها. So a person will be brought يوم القيامة and it will be said that show him his small sins, like his sins, his minor sins. And his major sins are going to be hidden away. فيقال له عملت يوم كذا وكذا كذا وكذا. On the day of this you did this, and on the day of this you did this. وهو مقر لا ينكر. And he is sitting there and he's not he's not refusing this. He is acknowledging that he made all these things and he's not fighting back and he's not arguing against this. He's accepting, he's acknowledging, he's admitting to all of this. وهو مشفق من كبارها. And he's in fear of the major sins because so far the only sins that have been put in front of him are the minor sins. And he's being asked about them all. You did this on that day and this on that day. And he's getting more and more scared because these sins are being counted. And he's like, if this is what's happening for these minor stuff, wait until we get into the the jumbo size problems that I made and then the masa'ib that I did. Then how is it going to look like? So he's getting very scared and very worried because he wasn't expecting this. He was hoping that he would get a little bit of pushback for the major sins and that these would be gone. And now he's being talked about. These minor sins are being talked about. They're being pointed out. They're being counted. وهو مقر لا ينكر وهو مشفق من كبارها فيقال أعطوه مكان كل سيئة عملها حسنة. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says after he finishes counting all the minor sins, give him in place of every sin that we counted a hasana instead. فيقول, so the abd, the person who was sitting there scared of his major sins, and now every sin is going to be replaced with a hasana. فيقول إن لي ذنوبا ما أراها هنا. There's dhunub, there's more, there's way more. This is not all of my dhunub. There are way more dhunub. Where are my other dhunub? Since this is the deal, where are the other dhunub? يقول فقال أبو ذر قال فلقد رأيت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم ضحك حتى بدت نواجذه. I saw the Prophet ﷺ, when he told the story, laugh until you could see his molars. And nawajidh are the molars, right? Every tooth in the mouth of a human being it has a name in the Arabic language. If you say tajweed, you learn them. And in nawajidh are the molars at the back. We call them durs al-aql today. Usually they get pulled out because they're in the wrong position. But the nawajidh, so the Prophet ﷺ, when he told this story, he laughed and fell back to the point where you could see his molar alayhi salatu wasalam. That's how happy he was with telling this story, that someone Yawm al-Qiyamah will come and this will be his. And of course this was I'm telling you the hadith because he laughed alayhi salatu wasalam. He laughed, he found joy in stories like these. He found joys in the stories of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's amazing forgiveness, His infinite compassion. He found joy in that. That was a reason for him to feel joy alayhi salam, and to share that joy and to laugh out loud alayhi salatu wasalam, knowing that someone will come Yawm al-Qiyamah with a horrible record and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bail him out and will change all of his أولئك الذين يبدل الله سيئاتهم حسنات. Allah will change their sayyat into hasanat. So he told the story and he laughed alayhi salatu wasalam in joy that maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will do that for all of his creations and for all of them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it amongst them. Allahumma ameen. We'll repeat the hadith quickly. يروي الإمام الترمذي في جامعه بسند صحيح عن أبي ذر قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم إني لأعلم أول رجل يدخل الجنة وآخر رجل يخرج من النار يؤتى بالرجل يوم القيامة فيقال اعرضوا عليه صغار ذنوبه ويخبأ عنه كبارها فيقال له عملت يوم كذا وكذا كذا وكذا وهو مقر لا ينكر مشفق من كبارها فيقال أعطوه مكان كل سيئة عملها حسنة فيقول إن لي ذنوبا لا أراها هنا فيقول أبو ذر فلقد رأيت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم ضحك حتى بدت نواجذه. صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. سبحانك وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت استغفرك.